Hello and welcome to Market House, the podcast where we talk all things Disney. My name's Caleb.
And I'm Caitlin.
And this week we talk about Sony taking over Disney's physical media.
Hotel discounts at Disneyland.
And we talk about the most expensive Disney restaurants. Let's dive in. All right, and this is episode number 122.
Yes, welcome back as always, everybody.
Welcome back. Can't wait to get started. It has been quite the last week.
Yeah.
Life is busy now. We thought we were busy before having children, and it's just, that was a joke.
Yeah. Sometimes we're like, what did we do prior to have a little baby?
We were wealthy with time back then, rich with time. Now I'm like, I get it. I totally get it. And I can't imagine like when they get old enough to do sports and have hobbies and things outside of in school. Like, we're going to be pretty busy.
But all good things, though. We've had a great week.
Great things. It's just you wake up and then you blink and you're like, okay, it's 10 o'clock at night.
I know.
Time to go to bed.
But in good news, the weather's been really nice.
It's been nice. It's been unusually warm, I feel like, right? I mean, I guess it's the end of February. Where we live, it starts to get warm for March.
Oh, yeah.
But it has been weird. So mosquitoes, though, have been the hardest thing to deal with.
Literally,
they are so bad.
We walk outside and we're swarmed. Like, they're terrible.
They're usually not this bad. So apparently, from what I discovered, a little quick research on the internet, it did not get cold enough to properly kill the eggs over the wintertime. We had a very mild winter, weather-wise, and very wet. And so it's kind of the perfect breeding ground for them.
Yeah.
And so it's usually not this bad, but they just kept breeding the entire wintertime when they were supposed to be dying.
Yeah. So unfortunately, every time we go for a walk, which we love to do, it's one of those things where we're swarmed by 700 mosquitoes.
Yeah.
So
and our county like has this, mosquito control department thing, and they have these planes they fly over and they spray this stuff. Probably not great for us to be breathing in.
Probably not.
But it does kill them, which is awesome. And they refuse to spray early for some weird reason.
It's a whole weird thing.
Yeah, they came out publicly and said, we're not doing it yet. You're going to have to wait, people.
We're like, okay.
Yeah, so as I'm sitting here itching 7 mosquito bites, they're just, I guess, hanging out at home.
Yeah.
But other than that, we've been watching we have Maddie down to a schedule now where we are able to hang out for a couple hours at night.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful.
I mean, yes, we do have to split movies up still it took us 3 days to watch The Big Short.
It did, and I love that movie.
Okay, so it's one of my favorite movies, and Caitlin had the audacity to tell me, I actually didn't like that movie that much, and I said, hold on, we're stopping whatever we're doing, we're going to turn this movie on right now.
And it was one of those things where I think I just wasn't in a good mood, and I might have not given it the time of day when we started watching it a long time ago.
Yeah.
But when we finished it this time around, I absolutely loved it.
So good. So watch that, but that's pretty much it. I mean, we live it's pretty chill life.
Yeah.
Not much else.
Not
Work,
bad.
watching movies, taking care of a little one. So
Perfect.
Hopefully you guys have had a great week. But before we dive into that Disney news, please consider joining us over on Patreon, markethousepodcast.com/support. Again, your support is super appreciated by us. It's a great way to support the show. It's $5 a month. Again, that is the price of, everyone says that. It's the price of a coffee. But it is. It is quite literally the price of a coffee. Mm-hmm. And again, it goes a long way here at Market House.
Yeah, we have some fun stuff over there as well. Some behind the scenes, some updates, some trip
and
planning coming up.
We will be having more content over there. Again, we got to take a tiny little break with kind of getting used to this baby life. Mm-hmm. So expect more content over on Patreon. And also, please consider leaving a review on Apple Podcast or Spotify, both a huge help to the show. You can leave a 5-star rating on both platforms and a written review over on Apple. Speaking of, I think we have one.
We do. I'm so excited. So this is a 5-star review from Carrie Lawn titled Love This. I found you guys because of the Disneyland Forever podcast, and I'm completely hooked. I'm finding myself going back to the old episodes just so I can hear you more. I feel like I'm listening to a conversation with friends, and it's so refreshing. Love what you're doing. Carrie from Couples Becoming an Intentional podcast.
Hey,
thank you so much, Carrie.
Well, go check out her podcast.
Yeah,
that sounds
that's awesome.
fun.
We really appreciate the reviews and the ratings. Looks like we had a couple ratings come through over the past week, and we're so thankful for you guys.
Very
seriously.
thankful. And we can't go without saying we love our friends Jordan and Daniel over at Disneyland Forever.
We do very much.
So listen to them as well. All right, let's dive into that news.
for our first news story, we have some super exciting news. You can save up to 10 to 25% off select rooms at the Disneyland Resort hotels this spring.
Yeah, this is big stuff. I mean, I will always want to save money, right? If I can save a couple dollars, I will gladly accept it. But don't let it fool you into thinking it's going to be like super affordable. I was excited because I'm like, oh my gosh, we're going during the time frame, and we'll get into it in a second. It's still very expensive.
Oh, for sure. I always see those emails come through, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is our time.
10 to 25% off $1,000.
Yeah. And then it's like, you've saved $76.
Exactly. So this offer is good March 11th through June 6th for Sunday through Thursday night stays. So if you're going basically Friday and Saturday nights, it doesn't apply to these because those are very popular nights to stay. But again, you can save 10% off standard rooms at the Grand Californian Hotel and Disneyland Hotel. You can save up to 15% off premium rooms at the Grand Californian and Disneyland Hotel. Does that make sense?
So I'm assuming all the premium is like all the ones with a view.
Like one bedrooms, I think. Yeah, bigger rooms. And then, yes, you're right. Like the more desirable view rooms, you can save up to 15% off. But keep in mind, those are also $200-$300 more a night. So it's all very expensive. The next offer is specifically for Disney Visa cardholders. That's where the 25% comes in. So you can save up to 25% off premium rooms, specifically at the Grand Californian and Disneyland Hotel. Same dates as the other offer, March 11th through June 6th, for all Sunday through Thursday stays. Again, like I said before, save some money. If you were going to stay there to begin with, totally take advantage of this offer.
Right.
Just don't think that you're going to be like, oh, we went from not being able to afford it to being able to afford it.
Yeah.
Because they're already very expensive rooms. It's a popular time to go to the parks. It's spring break. You've got the beginning of kind of summer-ish there with June. So they're jacked up. I mean, the prices are already $700-$800 a night. 10% off, that's not going to like make or break your stay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, one thing though that I am kind of surprised with is that they even offered some sort of promotion during those popular times.
Yeah.
Because it's like they didn't have to do that because people would have paid it either way. So I'm very surprised that they did that.
Maybe they're seeing a slowdown?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Who knows?
I mean, we won't know, but...
Yeah, we won't be participating. Make sure to compare these prices with Getaway Today just because they are very competitive with pricing. So just don't assume that Disney's going to have the cheapest priced. Definitely head over to Getaway Today using the link in the episode description to check out those prices. All right, for our second and final news story, we're going over to Disney Corporate. I'm assuming this is where it all takes place. But Sony is taking over Disney's physical media production. This was like out of left field.
Yeah, I definitely did not see this coming.
I don't even know if I care that much, but I wanted to talk about it just because it is so bizarre since Sony's a direct competitor with Disney. So Disney is getting out of the Blu-ray/4K movie market. They're focusing on streaming, as we all know, with Disney Plus. I think we're all subscribers here. And Sony's taking over all the production of their physical media.
Which I have to say, I'm bummed that they're getting away from that. I am a sucker for physical copies.
Well, you can still get them. It's just not going to be made by Disney. Like, I guess you're not going to know at the end of the day who is producing these discs.
Yeah, I feel like in a way though, like people are just getting rid of that stuff. Like Best Buy's not doing it anymore.
Yeah, they don't sell it. And then I went to go buy a movie on Amazon the other day. I was going to buy it on stream, what do you call it? Digital copy, right? And I was like, maybe I want it like on Blu-ray. I don't know. So I went on Amazon and I couldn't even find it.
Yeah.
So they're starting to slowly get rid of it. I get it. You have to have like storage space for these things. It takes up room. We're all going to streaming. But this means that the Disney Movie Club will be closing. Again, I'm not sure it was very popular to begin with, but they had like these perks, right? You would buy a certain amount of movies through them and you got like special gifts.
Yeah, it's like Disney points or something that you could use in a shop, I think, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Yeah.
We never did this.
I mean, I think I tried to sign up for my parents, but I don't remember doing what I did. I don't know.
They're like, what's this $30 a month that's coming
I don't know.
Again, this makes sense in a way. Like we've mentioned, Disney has invested billions in streaming and physical media sales continue to decline year over year. So is it a huge surprise? Not really. But again, what do you think? Is anything going to change? Do you care about this? Sony taking over Disney stuff. All right, you know what that cash register sound means. It is time for
Shop the Mouse with Market House.
Caitlin, how can people spend those hard-earned dollars today.
I have some exciting items today.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to
Tell
it.
me all about them.
Okay, so first up, we're going to start with an item off of Shop Disney, or excuse me, the Disney store.
They changed the name.
Which really quickly, I am so happy that they went back to it.
Are you?
I saw a couple people online like, why would they do that? I'm like, why wouldn't they? It's
Yeah.
amazing. I love that they're the Disney store now. Now I just need them to bring back the space at the mall. Like,
Yeah,
all
they
those
closed ours.
stores.
It became like a candy store. No,
Yeah.
it's a North Face store
The
now.
North Face store.
Whoa.
Which was so sad. I
is
loved
sad.
going in there. They didn't really ever have anything like that neat because it was our stock was really weird.
It was so lame. We never bought anything there. It was only plush toys. I guess that we have a kid now. It is
most
good.
definitely.
It was 95% like little kid toys.
Yeah.
But I wanted like park stuff. Like it would have
Yeah.
been cool to have like more pins and.
Oh, I agree.
We didn't have any of that.
Well.
Well, we'll shop online instead.
Okay, so first up, we have the Mickey Mouse Icon Salad Plate Set. These are
What?
super cute. They are part of the new like home line that Disney just released. They're kind of like this like taupey like cream color,
Okay.
and then it has like a darker. Would you say a darker taupe?
I
or
don't
like
know.
grayish-
I'm not good with colors.
Grayish cream color. It's like
Okay.
a Mickey head at the bottom. Again, it's super simple. It's not like Mickey's face is all over it. It's not loud.
Yeah.
It's just really nice to have out on the table, especially for spring and summer coming up if you like to entertain.
How much are they?
They are $39.99 for 4 of them. So it's $10 a plate.
Okay.
However, again, I know you have the Disney tax going on. They will go on sale eventually, so just check them out. Again, I will warn you guys though, the home stuff usually sells out quickly. Like
Yeah.
we have placemats that we got at the Tiana store. What is it called? I always forget what it's called.
It's really long. Yeah.
And we got a couple of them. We were going to go get more, and they sold out the next time we went, and they never came back. So,
Yeah.
again, these will probably be around for a little bit just because they were just released, but definitely check them out. And lastly is a small shop that Caleb and I just found, and she sells little like children's pajamas and amongst other things. They're like little bamboo like sleepies or 2-piece sets for you that have kiddos. And this shop is called Magically Nostalgic, and we just ordered Maddie a little Nemo pajama set, and it is literally the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yes, we can't wait for it to come in. Caitlin showed me a picture of it, and I was like, order it now. I don't care where it's at or if we have to drive 8 hours to get it. It is pretty awesome.
It's adorable. It has like Dory and obviously Nemo and Bruce. Like it's so cute. And it's like those little bamboo sleepies, so they're adorable.
Yeah,
So
very cute. And Finding Nemo already has a special place in this house because we
Yeah.
listen to the soundtrack while Maddie's like taking a nap. So if we're going for a walk and we want to kind of chill out as a family, we throw on that Finding Nemo soundtrack. It is like
it's the best.
magic.
And she loves listening to it as
Yeah.
well. So anyway, those are just the 2 for Shop the Mouse this week. If you find anything that you think is awesome or you purchase any of these items, please let us know. And if you know of any other small shops that have Disney kind of styled clothing for kiddos, please let me know.
Yeah, let us know. And then also you'll find these 2 products linked in the episode description. So if you're like, I don't know where to find it, you can click down there. We've hopefully made it easier for you and you can
Yeah.
go buy it yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
Happy shopping.
Happy shopping. All right, and that brings us to our main segment of this week's episode, and that is the most expensive Disney restaurants.
I'm excited for this one.
I'm so stoked. Let me just tell you, at the end of me writing this episode, I didn't even spend any money, and I felt sad.
I had no idea of how expensive some of these restaurants were.
They're so expensive.
Especially some of the kids' meals.
Yeah.
So expensive.
I did have to like just stop what I was doing and go grab Caitlin and tell her, did you know how much X restaurant charges for
Yeah.
kids?
Crazy.
It's freaking 4 bites.
I know. We're so excited to go through this.
Yeah,
though.
let's
It's
go
gonna
by
be
it.
great.
So we were watching what sparked this idea, and I'm going to give credit to Caitlin. It was your idea.
Mm-hmm.
We were watching a video on a certain dining experience. I'm not going to, spoil it because we're going to talk about it in a little bit. But we were, number 1, shocked at the price, and number 2, really wanted to see what some of the most expensive other restaurants look like at both Disneyland and Disney World. So this one's absurd. And I'm like, okay, there has to be others out there that are like pretty dang expensive.
Yeah, and not gonna lie, when we started doing research, when Caleb started doing research for this episode, some of these restaurants I've never even heard of.
Yeah.
So again, it's good to know. I'm sure some of you have been to multiple of them, but there's quite a few that we haven't experienced.
Let's dive in. Okay, you ready? So we're definitely going to start with the most expensive because that's just too easy.
Yeah.
We're going to kind of work our way up. So, let's start spending a little bit of cash and then we'll work up to the main kind of course at the very end.
Perfect. And
Makes
let's
sense?
start at Walt Disney World.
Start Walt Disney World. And this
Okay.
is not an exhaustive list. I'm just gonna. There are very expensive things, and this would have been a 4-hour episode.
Oh, for sure.
Disney's expensive, so most of their restaurants are expensive, but these are the ones that kind of stood out to us. So let's dive in. Starting at Walt Disney World, like Caitlin mentioned, Magic Kingdom. We're eating at Be Our Guest.
Yes.
This is the Beauty and the Beast themed restaurant. It looks beautiful. I've heard complaints about how it feels like a cafeteria. It's very loud. It's not very like. The theming's cool, but not very nice because they charge kind of nice prices.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely one of those restaurants that I've heard pros and cons. Like either you love it and you go every single trip, or it's like, I would never go back.
One and done.
Yeah.
So that's kind of sad because of how much they they charge. Hope if I can speak. $70 per adult and $41 per child. Ooh. That's expensive. This is considered character dining though, right?
In a way.
Belle and Beast are the only two characters that come out at one point.
That's pretty much it, yeah. And it's not like they're there with you like it's not like a Plaza Inn experience.
No. So it's like a little like show thing and then they go away.
Exactly.
From what we understand. We haven't eaten there.
Right.
So this is a 3-course French-inspired meal. So you get a decent amount of food, it looks like. You've got appetizers like French onion soup, potato leek soup. You can pick from a pork chop. You've got a like chicken breast deal, beef short rib, a grilled filet mignon. Mm-hmm. That's up my alley. And then for dessert, you can pick between a dessert trio or a vanilla cake with lemon curd.
Ooh, and I believe the trio has the gray stuff as well.
Okay, what it tells me is chocolate tart, dark chocolate truffle, and lemon jam macaroon.
Oh, maybe they got rid of it then.
Oh, maybe no gray stuff. Next up, we're heading to Animal Kingdom at Tiffin's.
Yes.
So this is the main restaurant that's connected to Nomad Lounge. I know Nomad Lounge gets all the love. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, I've heard of Tiffin's. I don't know if Tiffin's gets the amount of love that maybe Nomad Lounge does.
From our personal experience, I've heard more of Nomad than I have of Tiffin's.
Yeah.
Like every time like someone mentions like Animal Kingdom, it's like, you must go to Nomad. Like that place is amazing. And for some reason, we still haven't gone.
I don't know why. We need to make time. It's just hard because when we go, we're not going. We usually tag on a Disney cruise to our Disney World trips.
Right.
So we're usually only at Disney World for a few days because we can't be gone from home for like 14 days, right?
Right.
Because the cruise is long enough. So we have to be kind of selective in what we do. So we're going. Like we don't want to do sit-down restaurants because we want to hit up all the rides we haven't experienced.
Right.
Because we don't make it out there every 3 months like we can for Disneyland, right? So anyways, that's why we haven't made it out. Main courses range from $35 to $54 a plate.
Oof.
Ouch. Kids' meals are $14 to $19.
This is the one that kind of blew my mind.
Dude, you can get an adult meal at a counter service for like $15.
I know.
Gosh, dang.
But there is one main course meal that I did want to mention. It's the Szechuan noodles. Did you see that one?
God, it looks so good.
I probably will butcher this, but I think it's yakisoba noodles.
No, it's noodles. You're right.
Sesame chinkani. Is it
not chinkani? Chinkang.
Chinkang sauce. Japanese eggplant, Szechuan chili garlic oil.
Dude.
It sounds absolutely amazing.
And it's plant-based. So all you vegetarians out there, you don't have to worry about that.
I feel like the spicy chili oil just really makes the dish though.
Butter chicken.
Oh my gosh.
Let's talk about that. Chickpea rice. Is it croquet or croquette?
Oh my
Man,
gosh.
I'm not fancy.
We have no idea what we're doing.
English peas, young squash, not that old stuff. Get that crud out of here. This is young squash and pickled onion. Get that onion out of here.
Yum,
that sounds disgusting. But the butter chicken does sound good. So again, it looks delicious. It's just going to run you a pretty penny. They've got some mean desserts, though. They've got a white chocolate orange creme brulee.
Ooh.
Blueberry cardamom curd, amarula ice cream, orange chutney, Selou cookie. Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. Ras El Hanoua Candy Crunch. What the heck? No, this is on purpose. They make it hard to pronounce to charge more. I'm convinced.
Think so?
Yeah, the harder it is to pronounce, the more expensive it is. All right, what do we have next, Caitlin?
All right, so next up we're going to be heading over to the Contemporary Resort, over to California Grill, which is quite a favorite to some people.
People love this restaurant, and so much so that when we were booking our first Disney cruise, this was back in 2019?
I believe so.
18 or 19.
18 or 19, yeah.
So I was booking it through Costco Travel because we're Costco fanatics, and I was talking to the guy on the phone about our Disney cruise and blah, 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 and he's asking, is this your first cruise? And I said, yes, it is, and we're talking, and are you going to make it to Disney World? Yes, we are. And he was like, he stopped everything. He said, you need to make it to California Grill. I think he said his brother works there.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. And he was like, it's the best restaurant. He's just going off about it. And I told Caitlin, and again, we were Walt Disney World noobs. We had no idea what we were doing.
Oh, for sure.
So we didn't make our way over.
No, but we need to.
We need to
We
go.
have a whole list of places that we seriously haven't been to.
Yes. So this 3-course meal is going to run you $89 per adult with
wow.
an optional wine pairing for $41 for a standard one. For the premium one is $72.
No way.
So you can be, what is that? That's $140 just in wine for 2 people.
I know.
If you wanted to go all out. And it's $39 per child.
Oof.
Dude, for
again.
families of like 5?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I get it. Like, if you have like one child, you're like, okay, it's fine.
Oh
But I'm
my
like,
gosh.
good grief.
That meal better change my life. Do any menu items stand out to you?
Yes. So one in particular is the pomegranate and apple salad. I don't know if you saw that one on the menu, but
Okay.
it's poached apple, roasted squash, farro walnut granola, and pomegranate vinaigrette. Also plant-based. It looks really refreshing. And I think the flavors would kind of offset the tartness of like the pomegranate vinaigrette. I think it'd be really great. I definitely would see if you could add like some chicken. I'm sure they charge like $15
I know.
to do
Oh,
that.
chicken, man, that'll be $27.
And I'd be like, well, never mind.
I'd be like, we'll pass on that, thank you.
Yeah.
Do you have rice
They're
or
like
air?
$19,
Yeah.
please.
Another thing that stood out to me, just because it's from a video game I love, is the Florida Red Snapper. If any of you have played
Ooh.
Animal Crossing,
I was just going to say.
you know that those red snappers are a pretty penny.
They're worth a ton.
They're worth a ton, so you can sell a lot to our friend Tom Nook. But enough about Animal Crossing. This is a farro risotto, eggplant fondants, peppadew emulsion,
Ooh.
pickled pearl onions
Stop.
on that red snapper. So it just sounds fun. I don't know if I even like it, but I'm not a huge fish person, but
I'm not either.
Yeah.
I think you like it more than I do.
I love salmon.
Yes, you do.
I love
And
a mean
what's the
salmon.
one that you had on the cruise?
Sea bass.
Sea bass is like one of your favorites.
Okay, that changed my life.
It was occasion. It was at the
Cajun.
Tiana's place.
Oh my
On the Wonder.
gosh.
It was absolutely amazing.
It was so, I wasn't going to order it. Our amazing server, Raphael,
Mm-hmm.
was like, trust me, I'm going to bring it out to you. If you don't like it, I'll bring you something else. I'm like, all right, dude. All right. He brought it out and I was like, thank you. And I loved it so much that I wanted it another night. And he looked at me and he said, we can make it happen. Do you want the sea bass tomorrow night? And I was like, can you do that?
because you were at a different restaurant.
Yes. So
Yeah.
he sent someone to go grab from the Tiana's Place kitchen, grabbed a plate there of
Yeah.
sea bass and brought it to me in another restaurant.
Because you were at Animator's Palette.
Come on.
And they brought it to you on the actual dining plates
Come
from
on.
Tiana's.
You can't beat that kind of
Again,
service.
best service. I love. We
All right.
love him.
Let's move on.
All right, so for our final Walt Disney World Park, we're heading over to Epcot, and this place is seriously packed full of expensive restaurants that I seriously haven't heard of them.
You could spend $1,000 on dining in like a day here. It's so crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's fitting because it is,
Yeah.
you're eating around the world kind of thing.
It is Epcot.
But this first up, it is the Teppan Edo in the Japan Pavilion.
Entrees range from $28 to $45 a person. But that's not all. The curveball, the twist, the thing that makes this place so unique is that they have enhancements that you can add to your already expensive entree, and it's even more expensive than the entree itself. It is the $120 Japanese Wagyu strip.
No way.
It's an addition to, you can't even order it by itself. You have to add it onto your $45 chicken or whatever it is for $120.
So expensive.
That Wagyu strip better like cure my allergies or something.
I
For
mean,
$120.
I mean, people have to be buying it though.
What's his name? Pagey Mr. Morrow bought it.
Oh, that's that one.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, yes, and it's huge. It's not like it's a tiny little
I
thing.
don't think it was very huge.
To me,
I mean, to you it is. I'd finish it in about 4 bites. The kids' meals range from $18 to $26.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
Very expensive.
One thing I thought was interesting as a premium enhancement is they have mixed mushrooms for $16.
No, they don't.
Yes.
It's $16 for
Mixed
mushrooms.
I'm not even going to try and pronounce them. But
Okay.
yes, just think of mushrooms with butter and soy.
Get out.
That's what it says.
That's just, I'm sorry.
I'm sure they're the best mushrooms that
No.
you've literally ever had.
No, you can pick them off the ground for free.
And Caleb, no, please do not take that advice. That's not a good thing. Soft serve ice cream, $6.50. That's not bad.
Stop. This is making me mad. Don't spend that much money, people, on soft serve
Vanilla
ice cream.
green tea or vanilla green tea swirl. I would definitely get the swirl, get the bang for your buck.
Okay. All right. Next up, we're going over. It's a short walk to Shikisai Sushi Izakaya.
Ooh, I've heard great things about this one.
They have 1 million entrees. This menu is gigantic, but the thing that jumps out at us are the chef specials. There's again, excuse me if I'm mispronouncing this, the Fune or Fune.
Okay.
It says 4 to 6 people. It's this big like boat platter thing for $300.
Oh my gosh.
Or you can do the Hashi for 2 to 4 people for only $100. What a steal.
Okay.
But anyways, this is very expensive. Looks like good food though. Kids meals are $18 to $20. Again, just a side note, a lot of people did say it's like super overpriced sushi and to possibly skip it. I don't think it's getting the ravest reviews.
Okay.
But it looks like a fun restaurant.
I did find one thing that I thought was kind of unique. It's one of the chef specials. It's the Golden Philadelphia roll.
What?
And right when I read it, I was like, is this just like cream cheese or something? It literally is.
Nuh-uh.
It's fresh salmon, cream cheese, and salmon roe tempura that's battered for $20.
Dang. See, I wish I could enjoy sushi. A lot of our friends and family love sushi. It's a big thing out here.
We've tried it. We just don't like it.
Tried it a million times. The problem is I can't get a lot of the like cooked stuff because they happen to fry it.
And the sauce, you can't do a lot of
And
that
I can't
either.
do a lot of the sauce.
'cause
So
that's wheat.
I'm stuck with the super raw, hardcore people, like sushi people. I don't want to go from like 0 to 10. Like start me off at a 3, right? With some
Yeah.
fried stuff. I just can't have that.
Yeah, I'm just not a big fish person.
Blech.
So can't do it. I do like rice.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I'll have it with soy
Let's
sauce.
go to a sushi place and order some rice. All right. This brings us to our final Walt Disney World location. And I know we're missing a ton, but we have to shorten this for brevity.
Right.
Drum roll, please. Brrr, like Christmas Vacation.
I was going to say, yeah.
Victoria and Albert's takes the cake over at the Grand Floridian Resort.
Yes. So this one literally is the one that blew my mind on how expensive.
Yeah, Paige and Mr. Morrow, we watched a video. He recently went here. And boy, oh boy, did I get sticker shock and I wasn't even there.
Oh no, it's insane. This place is super fancy. I'm talking formal attire is required. No children under 10 are allowed. Like it is insane.
Yeah. First off, rude. We're bringing Maddie, whether you like it or not.
We are not bringing money.
She'd be like, ah, and I'll be like, stop, the people are rich here. You'll ruin it for us. I'm just kidding. The chef's table experience will put you back $425 a person.
Not a table, a person.
A person. So, Caitlin, it'd be what, $850 for us to go. Now, listen, if you want some wine, this is going to start at, it didn't even tell me the range. It starts at $210 per person for the wine pairings.
That's insane. And that's not even with tip.
This is
Like,
$1,000
Yes.
pre-tip.
It's insane. And it goes up from there, I believe, as well. Like there's more expensive.
I started with that's the sticker one. That's
Okay,
the most
perfect.
expensive. There's
All right.
3 dining rooms. There's like the standard dining room, the queen's room,
Something like that.
and then the chef's table.
Which you were literally in the room with the chef and you get to talk to him or
Yes.
him or her.
So that's the most expensive. I think it starts at the mid 200s per person, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That's still
Still,
absurd.
good grief.
You can go to Napa and go to like the French Laundry for that kind of price.
Yeah, but I mean, again, people say it's absolutely amazing. I mean, not saying that I like want to go to it.
I'm like, are you
anything.
justifying that right
No.
now?
But again, once we saw the video, it's a very close quarters restaurant. Like it is small.
It's very
in there.
intimate. Yeah.
I think one of the rooms only has like 5 to 10 couples inside. Like it's hardly anything.
Now listen, this is a AAA 5 Diamond Award recipient since 2000, a Forbes Travel Guide 5-star since 2018, Wine Spectator Best of Award of Excellence, and the Florida Trend Golden Spoon Hall of Fame. Now that's the one that impresses me the most.
The Golden Spoon.
The Golden Spoon Hall of Fame. American Regional. Got it. So again, this is a very fancy restaurant. Is it something you're going to eat at like every time you go? No, unless you're a secret billionaire we don't know about. But it's nuts. Very expensive, very fancy. Again, would I do it? Probably not. I'm not that much of a foodie. I like
why
good
not?
food.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I could justify, unless I was making buku bucks, $1,000 night out.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I just don't think we appreciate food the way
No.
the way that we should in order to spend that much money, if that makes sense.
Give me some chicken tenders and I'm happy.
Oh, that's the same here.
I'm
Mac
a
and cheese.
happy camper. Okay. Now let's head over to the West Coast and start dining in our home park, Disneyland.
Yes. So first up, we're going to start over at DCA. The Grand California, which is by DCA.
Get out of here with that DCA nonsense.
First up is Napa Rose, which we love Napa Rose.
Yes.
It was such an amazing experience and is absolutely beautiful inside.
It is very pretty. We did eat there. This is, I did know I had celiac at this point, so it was a gluten-free experience for me. They went above and beyond. They made me like this bread basket, which was filled with like different kinds of garlic bread. And usually when you go somewhere and they have gluten-free bread, you're already winning. That's a huge deal.
Oh, for sure.
This place took it above and beyond, and they had different shaped breads. And
Yeah.
it was nuts. I had actual variety.
It
where
reminded
usually
me
don't.
of the bread on the cruise line,
Yeah.
on Disney Cruise Line at Palo.
Yes.
Kind of like the bread basket you get
That's
on there.
exactly what it is.
They literally just made a gluten-free version of that.
Yep, it was very good. Main courses are going to run you $62 to $70 per person. It is pricey. Or you can do it's called the Vintner's Table Prefix Menu for $150 per person with an optional flight of 4 wines for $90.
We did notice, though, there was no pricing on kids' meals.
Absolutely no pricing. It's the only restaurant I found that had kids meal listed, or kids, what do you call it? Kids meals listed?
Yeah.
Kids options listed? With no price. So that was bizarre.
Maybe it just varies by...
They're all $400. I don't know. Just to maybe make you upset. So yeah, this place is really good. Again, they sell steak. It's more of a steakhouse.
Yes.
I got a steak last time. What did you get?
I think I got the same thing.
No, you
'Cause
you
it
got
came
steak?
with, like-
You never get steak.
Maybe it was a salad or something.
Okay.
I remember getting salad at one point.
Okay.
And then I remember we had like mashed potatoes or something. And they
Yes.
were really, really good.
Very good. It's
Yeah.
a very good restaurant. Again, it's a little more upscale. Now, the weird thing about this place is, though, there really is no dress code. So you can go in there with like park attire if you want.
You can.
You probably will feel dressed down.
Yeah, normally people go in there and they look like, I would say business casual.
Yeah, I would say business casual. That's fair.
But
So
again, you
great
can
date
wear-
night. If you got the grandparents with you and you want to take, drop the kids off, or if they're old enough to go to the parks by themselves, this is a fantastic spot to go for a quick night out. Okay.
All right, next up. This one's exciting. This one is in DCA, and this is
Yes.
Carthay Circle, which we have not been to yet.
We have not, only because, again, it's very expensive. $46 to $70 per person. Kids' meals, they do list these, are $13. That actually is reasonable.
That's reasonable, yeah.
Relative, right? But the reason why is because their menu items usually are kind of wacky for me. Like, again, I've mentioned before, I'm more simple eater. Like, give me a big slab of steak. I'll eat that. A burger. I'll eat that. A chicken. I'll eat that. This is if I'm not mistaken, like duck,
Yeah.
lamb shank. I'm not adventurous like that. And again, with a food allergy, it makes it way more limited. So I like to kind of stick with what I know.
They do have some yummy desserts, though. They have a chocolate cheesecake with hot fudge and tangerine. Is it Ingles or Ingles?
Creme anglaise, I think.
Sounds delightful, as well as a seasonal sorbet and a warm winter pear cranberry crostata.
Ooh, I love crostatas. They're my favorite. I'm just kidding. Sounds like tostada. You've got butternut squash and sage gnocchi for an entree. It's $46, but that does sound delicious. They've got a pork chop, fried Rocky organic chicken. That's the only way I'll eat my chicken.
That sounds delicious.
From the Rocky Mountains.
And also, I did want to mention, I feel like they're pretty famous for their bread that you can get at the table. It's their warm cheddar Parker House rolls for $14.
Gosh.
Yes, with a chili pine nut romesco butter, which sounds great, I think.
That sounds very good. Okay, that brings us to I can't even talk about it anymore. It's making me hungry and also sad for my wallet.
Yeah, I did want to mention, though, that was something where we were planning our last trip and we asked you guys if we should go. That was one that we got a ton of mixed reviews on. Like, either
Yeah.
people were like, I wouldn't waste your money, or yeah, I liked the food there.
I would say 7 out of 10 people said skip it.
Which
There were
is
a
very
few,
interesting.
Yeah, a few diehard were like, oh, it's delicious. Definitely try it out at least once. I think more people recommend trying their lounge out because they've got
Yes.
some really cool drinks, very cool themed lounge, and you're going to save a ton of money. It's like appetizers and drinks
Right.
versus dropping $70 for an entree. So again, that concludes our most expensive Disney restaurants list. What do you think of these spots? Have you eaten at one? Let us know your thoughts over on Instagram, your favorite restaurant that happens to be expensive, or if we missed any ones that you're like, oh, dude, you should have talked about this. I know we didn't talk about Blue Bayou and stuff, but I feel that's kind of like a fake expensive one. The only reason you're spending that is because of the ambiance.
Right.
The food itself is very average.
Yeah.
But-
In our opinion, that is.
In our opinion.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for listening. You can find us over on Instagram and Threads at Market House Podcast. Make sure to follow us over there for pictures from the park and exciting news and announcements. Please consider leaving a review on Apple Podcast or Spotify. Both are a huge help to the show. We have a Patreon, markethousepodcast.com/support. Please join us over there. That would be awesome, and it would mean the world to us. Remember to use our Getaway Today link for your future trip bookings. Check out the episode details for that link. Use code MarketHouse10 to save an additional $10 on your vacation. Join us next week for another episode of Market House.
Bye.